Hi, everyone. Mitch from PickDogs.com here with Jake, Chris, and Costi. It's Monday, November 4th, 2024, day before Election Day. I think early voting is probably closed. So you'll be waiting in line tomorrow if you didn't vote. But yeah, got weekend or Monday morning winners and losers section coming up. Jay, what's happening?
Saturday, Money Making Monday. New week, new goals, new opportunities.
New sport,
man. Hey, calm before the storm is over. God damn, we finna get bum rushed with everything that's coming down the pipeline. We got a 15-game NBA card today. College basketball starts today. Got an NFL game. So, hey, we were sitting there in the dog days of summer like, man, it's coming. And boy, November 4th, we're here, baby. So I'm ready to talk about it, man. I'm ready to break it down with you guys. How y'all doing?
It always does. And then, when, it just, we get into this groove and then, come out of it a little bit once this college football Saturday stop in a few weeks. And then all of a sudden it's like college basketball really starts putting the hammer down with all those games in conference play. And then you got, the in-season tournaments around Thanksgiving where it's like, really, really hard for us. And, that's different. That's what makes us a little different than the rest of those sites out there is that Chris and I will get up at 2:00 in the morning, at 3:00 in the morning and do those games where the matchups weren't set, and it's like our editors are long asleep and everything like that. We're editing, we're doing the videos, posting the videos. It's like,
or still be up.
Yeah, or still be up. Pretty much. It's like, we do it. And amazingly, we cover almost all of them. It's crazy. Today, I kind of botched the schedule a little bit on the videos. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize there was some early starts, and we normally would have covered those, But yeah. It's all right. It's a long season. It's the first time I think that we've ever missed something like that. Weird. We just cover a lot of ground, man. So, but anyways, Chris, how did it feel? Like, how many did you do? I did, I think, 12 on the college hoops.
I did the 14 that I.
Then maybe I did 14. I did whatever we both had.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. So
it was 14 that we each did. Yeah. It was like I got into. It's like at first, with the college hoops because you don't know much, right? So it's like, if you start into it, and then it's kind of like you get into the groove, and then it's like, man, I feel like I'm right back in it. And it's like all those same names. I mean, they're all on different teams, but it's like the same names. It's like, I mean, the Canes, it's like, it's hard to remember, but it's like, we lost like, 4 starters off our team. But the problem is we lost our last 10 games last year, man. We didn't even make the tournament. So it's like, see ya, Woogie. Have a good time, man.
Yeah. I'm sitting there like, I'm just like reading off my notes and I'm like, wait a minute. He's not there anymore. Shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, and I think I think tonight it's South Florida, with Amir Abdur-Rahim, passing away. It's gonna be emotional there. A lot of good stuff though going on, in college hoops tonight. Costi, what's happening?
I was actually I drove through South Florida campus 2 days ago. Didn't even know they were in Tampa. Had no clue.
Good story. It's a nice story.
It was it. You brought up South Florida. I drove through, and I was just like driving through, where we stayed right next to the Rays Stadium, and it's like I didn't know South Florida was on this side, but I guess it makes sense. South Florida doesn't have to be Miami or near Miami to be South Florida, but no, it's last week actually was my first drawdown with the syndicates of the season. Call a spade. I don't hide from it. It's just we do the same homework every single day regarding of winning or losing. And I'm excited to get college basketball into the mix to just have more volume.
Well, the thing that got me is I had my top premium pick, the one I was going to put in for college hoops. Like, I don't have any college hoop premium picks today. I might still add one. I'm thinking about it. But the one that I loved, the circle one, our guy nailed me on like 3 points on the damn thing. And it's like, I don't even know how. It's like, I think it's still playable, but it's like, I don't I don't even know if the thing is when the line moves 3 points like that, I know who it is, that did it. And it's like, it's our guy. And it's like, I didn't know, I don't even look at the stuff. But it's like when I go and I handicap the game, I got it. I'm all good. I'm like, oh my God, it's like this, it's like one of those oh my God moments. Then you go to bet it, and the lines moved over 3 points, and it's like
typical college basketball.
Well, it's like because it's our guy. I'm late, he like beat me to the punch. It's like, damn it, man. It was Arizona and Canisius, was the game. I still like Zona a lot in that game, a real lot. But the line's up to 33.5 points. It was 29.5 when I handicapped it. By the time I went to put my bet in, it was 33.5. I had it at like 32, 33, like when I handicapped the game before the lines came out. So I was there, on this thing, and I don't know. I guess I fell asleep on it. I don't know what happened, man, but I did not get my bet in. So Canisius, I mean, let's call a spade here. They got 11 new players this year on the bench, up against Era frickin' Zona, who's got their best player is back, who's Love, right? So it's going to be about 175-3 is the way it shakes out. But it's like, but you're going from 29.5 where it's playable in the sub 30s because you got to figure the bench is going to come in, but they're going to be up by 50 range, ish. But that's the thing is that in college hoops, once they get past that like 30, 50, whatever, it's rare they come back for the back door, even at those big numbers. It's like it's got to hang at like that 28.5, 27. It's got to hang in that range for it to happen. I don't see that. I mean, Canisius.
That was the same thing with me. There was one game I had circled, and then it just just started to trickle up as the days went by, and then I was like, I blanked on it until I was doing the video for it.
I don't know what happened to me.
I was doing the video for it, and I was like, oh crap.
It's like I'm working on my Mercyhurst bit, and it's like instead of putting my bets in.
Yeah, it's like me. I was like,
which if you're gonna miss the bet, you might as well be on the bet.
Yeah. No, I was like, you know what? Do I lay the 6 touchdowns with Iowa State against Mississippi Valley?
I kind of like the Iowa State parlay there, Jay. I don't like the size problems you guys got over there at Commerce this year. You guys might be the shortest Division I team. I think they are, right? Commerce, they've got to be the short. I mean, I don't think they got the average height 6'2". It's like you can't get it done, man. It's like against Iowa.
Yeah, there's a couple of those.
I think they've got some matchup problems in that one. And what's going on at Purdue? It's like Zach Edey's gone, so let's bring in like 4 7-footers. And then Florida's got a guy who's 7'9".
Yeah,
who doesn't want to see this carnival out?
From Canada,
yeah. Who doesn't want to see this, man? But he's not even a starter, right?
Not yet. They're grooming him. Maybe he'll be 8 feet by the time he starts.
Oh, God.
For me, college basketball, one of them sports where it's like, I got to wait a minute.
Yeah, it's like I see a lot of games out there, but it's like I don't see a lot that I'm really willing to jump in. I follow, Gus. I mean, Jay's been through the college basketball ringer with us, and he also he knows like when not to go to. he's learned his lesson, and he knows that like Chris and I get carried away on it, and it's like Romanelli, it's like gets out of hand, and it's like the thing is, it's like. I'm excited about so many different things about this season too, because I think you have so many good stories this year. This is the most excited I've been since, the year was it 2 years ago, the post-COVID, which I said was going to be the best year in the history of college basketball, which it was, because you had all those guys that had the COVID year, right? So you had all of these guys that really wanted to just play college basketball. And it made for just an amazing, amazing tournament and everything else. I think Rick Pitino, giving him St. John's, right, and giving him a chance now to really figure this whole thing out. Remember last year he was talking about like maybe the games passed me by. I don't know if I can do this because I've got to, sell people on what I'm doing. And I don't know if I have enough time to sell them on what I'm doing. So what does he do? He revamps 85% of his roster, guts it, and just starts throwing money around. I love it, man. You give that guy money because you got to remember, I mean, he was a recruiting specialist long before it was okay to throw money around. He just used hookers and blow the old-fashioned way, man.
I was going to say, he takes him to Sapphire in New York's in Times Square, and all of a sudden, all's forgotten. He's got 3 4-star recruits that end up coming to.
I know the sign says don't touch the girls, but this is a different party.
Son, you ever been in this thing called the Champagne Room?
I don't know how to spell it, however you spell it, but it was a good time.
Son, there is no pain in the Champagne Room.
There is no pain. That's for sure.
Actually, well, no, there is. Well, it's when you come out. And you look at your wallet.
Oh man, I'm excited for it though. I gotta tell you, it is a great time of year. We don't really have that many big games today. There's a couple out there, and some are maybe billed as bigger than what they really are. Another one I don't have a premium pick on. I mean, we're not even on the college hoops site. We'll get there, but I'm just all excited about it. I like Baylor over Gonzaga on the money line, man. I don't even see it. I don't even see the path for the Zags in this game. I mean, I don't see the path, man. Take me on the journey, Chris. Who'd you take? You had that video. Did you have a premium or you?
No, I didn't have that. I didn't have that.
Oh, no, I had it. Baylor for me.
Yeah, I had Texas, Ohio State.
I had that one. I had Baylor. I had the video. I
was
took
say,
Baylor.
don't tell me I had that game because I don't remember doing that one. I just my stomach just fell out of my butt. Yeah, I had Texas, Ohio State. I think this is one of those cards where Mitch and I always talk about it. Like when, there are times where afterwards, just like it may not be
the game that everybody else cares about.
It's like it's not the crazy like the most attractive card out there with all these like top 25 matchups, but it's like it's games where we'll just bet them because it's like Liberty Army doesn't have the same luster that it made for some people, but hey, we'll still have something.
Hey, Chris. It's like I was listening to the Grateful Dead interview, and this is what they said. It's not the music; it's the way it makes you feel. And I think that's what it is about some of those games. It's just like, it's like it's.
Man, them NBA lines is on the move. Oh my goodness!
I think a lot of guys doing some early voting.
People woke up betting some of this NBA. Like I've been up early. I got up early this morning, so just to see how they moved a lot this morning is crazy.
By the way, the NBA taking a page out of the NHL's book with those staggered starts.
I like a good staggered start.
Every 15 minutes, there's a game.
Today?
Yeah.
What's that? Starting what time?
6
7 or 6.
Oh, okay. I thought we had early NBA. I was like, whoa.
No. It's like every 15 minutes there's another game tipping off. I'm like, copy and frozen frenzy. How dare you?
Yeah, I've been taking it light in the NBA this year. One game at a time. My Blazers did me good the other night, down by 20. They didn't care. They grinded it back. You just got to let Scoot in space, facilitate, distribute, do the things that Scoot does. They had it down to 2 points, man. They had it down to 2 from 20. That's nuts, man.
What's Scoot's plus minus to start out the year?
It's not really relevant, Costi. It's not.
I really haven't. I've not saying it because I know. I'm just asking because I'm intrigued.
You're asking to load up an answer.
It's not important.
Well, now You know what?
Chris, what is it? I don't know.
I don't know. Because stuff like that doesn't matter to me.
Minus 19.
Minus
No, minus
19?
75 for this season. Minus 75.
Yeah, but he's south of triple digits, and he's south of 20. I mean,
True.
he's very much improved.
So you're focusing on the wrong things. Okay.
All right, winners and losers. Let's get there. I'll start it this week. Any coach that uses analytics, not to point any fingers, Giants, Depaul. I mean, you're a moron, man. You're losing by 14 points. You score a touchdown. You kick the freaking extra point to make it 7, man. That's just the way it is. You're down by 17, right? You kick the extra point to make it 10. You keep it on the scoring numbers. You don't go for 2 there because now you've made it a whole nother score, man. You don't know what you're doing. And when they fire you, I liked you. Okay. I was the guy that backed you. Okay. Now when they fire you, you know what I'm going to say? Good. You deserve it. Just like any of these coaches that uses analytics. Let's go down the greatest coaches of all time. We'll do it with everybody. Okay. Did they use analytics or did they not use analytics? Nick Saban, Bear Bryant, Bill Belichick, Don Shula, Vince Lombardi.
Well, to be fair, you should name some of the good current coaches. Back then, they didn't even have
Kirby
that.
Smart.
No, probably not.
Look at the Super Bowl winning coaches, man. The ones that won Super Bowls. They don't use it, man. The
I don't
ones
think
that win
anybody
Super
in college actually says it.
I mean, right now, the only one I would say that does that be balling is Andy.
Yeah.
But
he doesn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
He really doesn't.
He really doesn't.
yeah, they do.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, they do.
No, he doesn't.
They go
They're
for
never
it.
down, Jay, to do that. They definitely don't. And when they are down, they definitely don't do it.
But even when they're up, they play the analytical game. They'll go for it on 4th down when it says to go for it because it can extend it. You know, like they play it. They play it. They play.
I'll tell you what.
I almost had
All right,
Dan
here,
Campbell.
Jay, I'm
Dan
not an
Campbell was the
analytical coach.
opposite.
I'm not an analytical coach. Let me give you a scenario, okay? It's 4th and 1 against the Saints, okay? From the Saints 45-yard line. Patrick Mahomes is my quarterback. Am I going or not?
Yeah.
Ask me. It's like, all right, how about against the Raiders? 4th and 2 from the 45, and Patrick Mahomes is my quarterback.
Yes.
Yeah. 4th and inches from my own 20, and Patrick Mahomes is my quarterback against anybody. I'm going for it. I don't give a shit.
No.
Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going for it every freaking. I'm the punter. The punter. When Peyton Manning was in his prime of primes on the Colts, the punter never freaking played. Never played. I can't go back and look at how many games, how many punts. Remember when he called the guy the drunken kicker or whatever that year? How many punts did the punter have that year? It was like less than 20 in the entire season, man. It's like, anyways, analytic coaches, Depaul, suck. Cost me the cover. Jay.
Winner. Finally.
Jordan Love.
Carolina fucking Panthers. For my top play yesterday, I really wanted to put him in money line. I probably should have. I didn't. I chickened out, grabbed the points, but we did give it out on the show in the early week and on the morning show yesterday, Panthers money line. Now we can finally put it to bed. Now I can officially get that monkey off my back and stop betting them. I said that earlier on the NFL show. I just needed to finally catch a Panthers money line to be able to let them go and be able to now just blindly fade them. So, yeah, winner Carolina Panthers, but we'll stick to the same game and just go right to the loser. The loser, the New Orleans Saints. You lose to the goddamn Carolina Panthers. Adios, amigos, to Dennis Allen, man. Got fired this morning. Coming into the season, I thought that the 2 worst head coaches in the league were among him, Eberflus, and I'm trying to think who else I said at the top of my head. But shout out to Dennis Allen, man, now at the crib. So, yeah, winners and losers, man. Same game, Carolina Panthers and Dennis Allen and the New Orleans Saints. And Derek Carr. Oh, whoa, pause. Sorry, let me keep going. And Derek Carr. Did y'all see Michael Thomas go completely off on Derek Carr yesterday on Twitter?
I don't follow Twitter. Some guy did blast me on Twitter.
Michael
though, telling
Thomas,
me
a player that was hurt for the last 6 years of that franchise, is talking about a current player.
I didn't even know he was
He
still.
sucks.
But you also got to pause. You also got to remember who Michael Thomas is. This is also the guy that, you know, had one of the most amazing seasons in NFL history. But when it comes to Michael Thomas, the reason he was going off on him, he threw another hospital ball yesterday. He's known for the hospital ball. And he threw another hospital ball yesterday. And unfortunately, Chris Olave injured, you know, due to Derek Carr and his terrible throws, man. And it's time that he was just addressing what a lot of people they keep saying. Michael Thomas basically said, and it happened to fruition, they're going to fire another coaching staff trying to fix Derek Carr when he was never the solution. And he's ass. Simple.
Chris?
My winner. Pavia. Diego does it again. That's another underdog. You know, people got to learn. Don't fade Diego Pavia as an underdog. He always just continues to find ways to deliver. 236 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had that last season against Auburn with New Mexico State. This time, same thing. Hugh Freeze cannot beat Diego Pavia. And Vandy, for the first time since 2018, going bowling. Who would have thought it coming into the season? So, my winner of the week, or one of my winners of the week, Diego Pavia.
And my hero?
You can be my hero, baby.
You just take
Oh, yeah.
breath away. Costi?
You know, I'm a very humble fan when it comes to the Ravens, and I've never actually given them a winners yet. But I'm going to give it to them. This is the week that they needed to prove what happened last week is not going to be how they're going to attack the rest of the season. We knew that Denver was playing above their pay grade. We know that when you come to Baltimore Ravens Stadium, we chatted, Mitch, during the game yesterday, that we feast on rookie quarterbacks. And you saw that. You saw what this offense is capable of when you run the ball like the old school football teams that were successful do. When you have a guy named King Henry, Derrick Henry, whose middle name is Lamar, and then you have Lamar Jackson, and you have them together, and you throw in Zay Flowers, and you throw in an opportunistic defense that you make, if you get up on teams and you make them one-dimensional, that's when it's dangerous. So shout out to the Baltimore Ravens for showing
my
up.
text.
You did. You said it. They won by 31. You said 30. Yep. You caught them in game when they were
Down.
Yep. So shout out to the organization. Short week. Nobody got hurt, as we have the Bengals Thursday night football. So exciting one. I'll be there.
I'm gonna go James Franklin.
I might have to hop on a plane, man. Come see
Come
my
on, man.
team. Come see my team get a dub. You feel me?
I got it. I got to go with James Franklin, man. He's just, I mean, he sucks. Just like, you know, the analytics, the coaches that, you know, wouldn't do it. It's like, I don't know, man. I take a fourth. I go quarterback dive, man, on that fourth down, whatever, man. I really don't understand the play call there. The other interception in the end zone. I mean, I got news for you, man. You're never going to get that close again. And now the rest of us have to sit through this Penn State garbage in the playoffs. We're going to have to listen to this. And they're going to take the place of someone that deserves to be there, because they're going to be favored in every game the rest of the season. Sick of them. Jay?
Winner. Hashtag we coming. Oh my God. Kansas State with the depressing loss, man, to Houston.
You asked me what was the team that was going to pull the upset
You did.
outright, and I said
did.
Houston.
You did. And I said, fuck no. Shout out Mitch, man. But hashtag we coming, man. Now, hey, it's really, really, really realistic chance that they could be in that Big 12 championship game. And if they win it, be in the playoffs. So, right now they're in the third spot in the Big 12 behind BYU and Iowa State. But K-State not dead yet. They still got Iowa State on deck. So, there's still a couple things to shake up that can happen in that Big 12, man. But got to go winner right now. I know things up there in Boulder are like magical. Shout out the Buffs.
Mitch, can I interest you in James Franklin 1-13 against top 5 teams?
Oh, I do.
1-10 against Penn State. Sorry, 1-10 against Ohio State. I mean, oh boy.
Costi, did you see our show on Saturday?
Mm-mm.
I said Chris was our second favorite Canadian. Did you know who I said was our favorite?
Who's that?
Rod.
No.
All right.
We'll give you time to think about it. No. Chris, go ahead.
Rod's like finishing 4th in 3.
Who is it?
No, we'll get to it. We'll give you guys some time to think about it.
Oh.
Everyone that watched the show Saturday knows who.
Goran.
No, he's not Canadian.
He is. He
he's
lives
not.
there.
Not for long.
Jeez.
I don't know. I don't know.
If you don't know it, then you don't know it.
Yeah.
Is he part of the Pick Dogs family?
No.
Oh.
Is it Chris's cousin?
No. But we've referenced them on the show.
Yeah.
Many times. We don't beat it into. It's not a bit we beat into the ground.
It's a little bit ironic that you don't know it right now.
Yeah.
I'm
You ought to know it.
I'm drawing a blank.
Is it what type of sport? Give us at least that.
Well, it could be part hockey.
Yeah.
At one time, it was part hockey.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. I give up.
All right. Well, who's your winner and loser?
All right. Yeah. I guess my winner is I'm going somewhere with this to sort of build on where Jay went. My winner is people who love chaos in this new 12-team college football playoff, because you had Iowa State and Kansas State both lose. You had Clemson fall apart. This week was absolute chaos at the top of that college football playoff bracket. And it's just going to make it more interesting as these rankings start to come out. Is this the first week of the playoff rankings from the committee?
Yes, Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, you just put one hand in your pocket and then pull out 12 teams basically.
I mean, stuff like that. It's like rain on your wedding day. It's like it just it just happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my winners are the people that love the chaos of this new playoff. So congrats, you got your wish.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it right now? Like, do you think that the 14 playoff would be better this season, or do you think the 2-team playoff would be better?
I love
16.
I'm on board with the chaos.
I like 16.
4 more, Mitch?
16.
Okay.
Yeah, I could get there with 16.
16 with the top 4 hosting, for sure. At least.
Fair.
They should have back-to-back games, at the same stadium with top 4 hosting.
Because I think it kind of restricts you, because that the top 4 is not going to be a group of 5 team. Where it's just like if you have a top 16, anything's up for grabs. You could.
Well, the top 4 is each of the conference winners.
No, I know it is. I know, but I'm just
which is the one part they have right.
Yeah.
The other part though, it's like it's they're saying this is they're already starting with it. Who has the best chance to win? who's the best team. They're already saying it.
Oh yeah, there's Georgia.
They're already saying it.
They're trying to paint the narrative. They are.
Yeah, they're already pushing SMU out the door here.
They are.
They're already pushing.
I was going there. That was my next winner. Shout out SMU, man. Got the city turned.
They're already pushing them out. I mean, that BYU loss does not look nearly as bad.
It don't look bad at all in hindsight.
Yep, 3-point loss to BYU does not look bad. Costi?
Here's my winner. They deserve every bit of it. The Detroit Lions.
You already said the Baltimore Ravens.
No, best team in football right now. Most complete team is the Detroit Lions. They've proven everybody wrong week after week after week. People keep doubting them.
Number two.
Yeah, that one did go down like a jagged little pill.
I still would say number two. I can't put them ahead of the defending champs who ain't lost a game. But number two, I can do.
Most complete team in football right now. Not saying the future. Talking about right now. If they played, I think the Detroit Lions would win. It's my personal opinion. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean that we know what Patrick Mahomes does in January football. I'm just saying right now, this team has everything. They have two really good running backs. They have a quarterback that is as accurate as he's ever been. He's got the receivers around him. He's got an incredible offensive line. They're lacking a pass rusher. I hear they're looking for Zadarius Smith, possibly get him before the deadline. And probably, I would say, top 3 coach. I mean, Dan Campbell is amazing.
They're so dirty, man. That team is so dirty. Believe me, they're going nowhere.
Okay. I'm not saying they're going to win it all. I'm saying right now, shout out to them for going into
I listened to Tom Brady call the game for about 6 minutes, man. I want my time back. I could see him, like as the owner of the Raiders or whatever, just saying, I'm good. One and done for the announcer because he's not good at it. Not even close. He needs to go to Tony Romo's school.
Tony Romo. Mitch.
All I really want is it's Alanis is our favorite Canadian, by the way.
Who?
Alanis Morissette, of course.
Oh,
Everybody knows that.
I don't even know who that is.
Eric just went to see her with I think with his daughter.
Yeah, as he should.
No. My I think they did, but my wife came to me. I think I did this on the show. I kept singing. Remember, we kept singing. She's coming and she's like, "Yeah, I'm going to see this." Like she didn't know because she's young and she doesn't understand. And for the week prior to the show, I just sang Alanis Morissette every day.
The subtle
Subtly.
big.
It's not fair to remind me. She's like, "What do you do?" It's like it was just stuck.
Who sings that?
Alanis.
Can we keep it that way, please?
What?
It's like I think that
voice that high.
I think we could put Ruffalo as our second favorite Canadian, but definitely two B would have to be Bare Naked Ladies.
So how did this segue from hockey? You said it's somehow connected to hockey.
She used to date the hockey player. That's what you ought to know.
Oh, yeah, I would never. Not
Costa, you ought to know that.
I wasn't. You yeah.
And we even said it. I said just put one hand in your pocket, pull it on 12.
I wasn't even there. I wasn't even on that planet.
Chris said it's kind of ironic. We were using all of them there. Yeah. I said, well, it's tough to swallow.
Well, that's
like jagged little pill.
Jay could have guessed 500 times and he would have never got it.
No, he doesn't. It's not his genre. Yeah, Jay. So this is what I was thinking about this yesterday. Jay's at the age where it's like he's older than some of the players, but not all of the players. So it's like when you start to get older than all of the players, that's when your opinion really starts to change of the game. And then it's like when you're old, when you bet on the player's father, that's when your opinion really
Changes
starts
again.
to
Right,
change.
right,
That's
right.
like me. You know, it's like I bet on all these guys. I've also bet on their father, and on some of them, their uncles and everything else. You know, it's like I bet on.
Never
Like,
thought of it like that. You're right. That's
it's
my
true.
opinion. Yeah.
No, you're right. You start to lose that fan part of it when you're older than all the guys playing, or at least the bulk of them. Because to me, it's like they're a bunch of kids. You know, it's like,
And they are.
right, they are. You know, except for LeBron. And I think also when you get to be older, you know what it really takes, you know, to play at that age. You know, it's like, I mean, I couldn't even imagine at this point. But I do think that if I was in the boxing ring with Logan from Calling Our Shot, I could probably take him a couple rounds, work him over for a couple rounds. So my negative is to all those people that are trashing Jay in the YouTube comments because he had a bad week picking games.
Right.
That happens, man. It's if you bet games for a living and you give out games, you stand behind your picks. You give out the picks before the game start. And you don't just say, "Oh, here's my winning ticket. Here's my winning ticket," which is way easy to do because you just throw all the losers on the floor and say, here's my right. I won, even if it's a giant winner, right? You still threw losers on the floor to do that. You know, put it in perspective. You know, Jay was up about 3,500 in NBA last year, 3,500 units or something. And that's even with the Mavericks losing the finals. I mean, the Mavericks win a couple and squeeze a couple out in there. I mean, he's in 4,000 plus territory, which I've won a few seasons in my day. And I can tell you, it's not that easy, man. Even when you get up there, you know, it's hard to stay. It's hard to stay on top, man, because it's like, oh my God, it's like you have to keep giving out games. Like in ours, like I could not, if I really, you know, wanted to, and I really didn't like the cards. I mean, I could take a pass on a card and not bet it, you know, personally. But it's like if people have bought my yearly package or bought my baseball package or whatever, I mean, I got to at least give out the one that I at least like the best, and that's going to count. And it's not always one that, you know, doesn't always go in your favor. It's like, man, I wish I didn't give out anything. Anyways, and all you guys that saying shit about Jay and putting him on the do not bet list, you guys all suck. And what I say about that, same thing I said about Big Al when he was in a rut. Same thing I say about Jovan when he's in a rut. Buy low. Because play to the back of your baseball card. So basically you're getting all that stuff out of the way. You got to basically get a bonus bump on top of it. So if you're going to buy Jay's NBA package, today's the day.
My favorite is because I get to talk to the clients on a daily basis.
I YouTube comment, man, of course.
Yeah, but it's like the live is the best, where it's like midway through the day, you're terrible. How do you pick these games? And at the end of the day, literally got juiced out because Miami made a comeback. Jacksonville made a comeback. And then I hear nothing. It's like crickets. How could you take the Jacksonville? How do you take Miami? They don't play good up north and cold. It's always the mid-game panic. I can't respond. I don't
even play that game.
Yeah.
I don't even answer people when they do that. I had one guy that used to do that all the time. I just blocked his account and refunded his money, man. It's just like, I just don't have time for this, man. It's like, this show isn't for the weak. I got to tell you, man, if you guys knew the stuff that I was going through behind the scenes, I mean, it just feels like I'm always struggling with something and somebody. You know, these website builder guys, I mean, what a bunch of dirtbags, man. Delusional. And of course, I'm a name caller, right? I called them all the good ones too, Chris. All the good ones. I stand behind it. And then, so here's what he said to me, Chris. You'll love this. You'll love this one, Rufalo. This is Jay. You guys are gonna love this one. He says, and I'm gonna tell the entire WordPress community about your language and how you carry yourself. and put you in your place, whatever. And Nathan is like, Nathan, our sacred says, he goes, now we're never going to get a deal done. Now that you promised him that, he's like, we're never going to get in. He's like, he goes, like, just, I mean, he was just like, the second it happened, he was like, no, he's like, telling him, like, I know.
I love how it's just like, that's the threat. And it's like, I know in Mitch, he'd come back with like, oh, WordPress community, what, all 6 of you? Or something like that. Like you come back with something offensive and it just would go back and forth. But yeah, I can also see Nathan just going, nah,
it's not fair.
He was like,
to remind me. Now back my head. Why did you guys do this?
Here it is.
Why?
Here it is.
What we do.
Nathan says, he says, I'm still most concerned is that you're gonna how much you're going to enjoy the WordPress community being told you're just not such a nice person. He said, surely he'll want to rectify the situation.
You're saying you're not going to get invited to the meet and greet?
I don't think so. Oh man, this company took my money, right? And to build this WordPress site and to do this, I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? I mean, you've seen the bills, right? Like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they had a company retreat in Greece.
That's good.
I mean, what the fuck, man? It's like, yeah, that went real well with my business partners. It's like, oh, we're at a company retreat in Greece. We can't answer you. It's been 40 minutes. Guess I'll be the one to say, where's the jam session? Where's the motherfucking jam session? Yeah, how about the Chargers yesterday, man? Take the Chargers. I love that one. I love the Chargers and I love the Ravens. It's one of those ones. My top play of the day was the Packers. I've had the Packers as my top play of the day twice this year. Both times they got their ass kicked. It's like, but all my other picks all hit except for the who didn't hit? Giants or the other one. Everything else hit, man. I love the Chargers. I love the Ravens. The Ravens were gonna be my top play. I don't know why I didn't do that. You know why? I'm an idiot. And the Cardinals too. Like,
shout out the Cardinals. How we doing, circle? I didn't even
4-1. 4-1. We lost the Bills.
And I love the Bills too. I love them.
Yeah.
Well,
we had all your teams. We had all your teams.
You mean 2-2?
Who?
In Circa, you can only have.
We're 4-1.
Oh, 4-1.
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say it.
Yeah, we're 4-1.
Nice.
We lost the Bills, and then I took all the J teams. We had the Jaguars, we had the Cardinals. Just like, hell yeah, man. And then we had faded the. It's like with the J. If I don't have Jay's picks, like I know where I can go. It's like I couldn't get to the Cowboys. I couldn't get there with the Cowboys, but I was like,
you did.
Like, I'll at least take the Jags, and I'll at least take the Cardinals, and I'll be happy with those.
Jay, he's still
we
not
had the
a believer.
Ravens and the Chargers.
Now Jaguars was the right pick, but Eagles are turning it on, man.
It's none. What are you talking? It was
winner.
All Jags. They got so lucky to get the win.
Winner, Saquon Barkley, man, one of the greatest players.
That's not true. They was actually most of the game was all Eagles, and the Jags made a comeback late.
No, what they did is Barkley fumbled, and then the guy from Georgia, the defensive lineman from Georgia, he picked it up. He ran it in for a touchdown.
Well, they almost lost the game outright, but they were ahead for a good portion of that game.
Yeah, so were the Suns on Saturday night until Scoot decided to take over the game. You
don't see that in the NFL as often as it is in the NBA.
Man,
I'm loving those Blazers, man. I'm enjoying
Saquon spinned backwards hurdle man yesterday.
What was that?
Oh my God.
Why do you think that's a good idea?
I hate the Eagles, man, but that's play of the season. That might be play of the last 5 seasons. Like I ain't seen a play quite like that since Simpson did a flip over the dude into the end zone. Like,
How about Cam, man? Did you see his where he went into the pile, did the 360, came around, threw it? Oh man! Also, my top guy. I didn't say this one. Xavier Restrepo, leading pass catcher, receiving yards in Miami history. That is like, I mean, in the world of college football, that's like here, man. Think about the receivers that played at Miami. Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Santana Moss, whose record he broke. You know,
We're talking
Brian
about one
Blades.
the highlight of the year. You're talking about records?
The record was just he broke the record Saturday. Restrepo did.
But was it a play of the year?
That Restrepo got on. Oh, Cam's play. So Cam is like stuck in traffic, and he spins around, does a 360. As he coming around on the 360, he throws the ball to the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, like 40 yards down the field. Here's the talk: Cam to the Dolphins. That's the talk.
If they fire the coach, otherwise you're in trouble.
Yeah, it doesn't. If we have this coaches, it doesn't matter. Cam to the Dolphins.
Now, if they make the national championship, are you going?
Absolutely. Georgia Dome. Absolutely.
I mean, it's a Monday. Chick-fil-A will be open.
Chick-fil-A will be open. We'll all be there. We make the national championship game. We'll do all four of us will be there. It'll be Monday. Do the show right from Georgia. Chick-fil-A will be open. We'll have Chick-fil-A for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's amazing. Little chicken biscuits for breakfast.
I don't give a shit. I've never had it, but I'm gonna have it this time. We're gonna eat at the stadium. The Chick-fil-A.
Texas, Miami.
Yeah.
Natty?
How tall is Eric Pathy? You have to text him and ask him how tall he is.
Mitch, have we informed Eric Costi about Eric's power stance?
Did we? Were you on the show? When we did
it was Ryan. He wasn't here Friday.
Oh my God.
I got a good story for you guys, real quick. I'm in
Hold
the
on.
cab. I'm leaving Hard Rock. Oh, hold on. That's good.
No, but at the beginning of Eric's short, he has like the biggest power stance.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between a pro?
Do you see it?
Uh-uh.
Watch how it. Watch his.
It, just like what he has like
Watch
the
his
one leg in
posturing
front,
and
it's
position.
just like power stance.
Here we go.
So what's the difference between a pro versus a Joe?
A pro is someone that is simply wagering on sports to make money. It's an alternate form of investing. Instead of the stock market, instead of crypto, instead of commodities, it just happens to be sports. They're betting on a number, not a team. A Joe is usually a fan or someone that enjoys spending their weekend wagering, especially on college football and pro football, and is not really interested in playing every small market, such as NHL, tennis, golf. That's the difference between.
Now, why does
That's my favorite one. The Euro.
why does the Joe have the hat off like this? Like what's going on there?
Patty might be able to get a bucket with that little Euro step.
Quick, I know.
Finger roll underneath.
No, quick story. I'm driving. It's 3 a.m. I left Hard Rock. I'm going back to the hotel. I got an Uber XL. The cab driver starts talking to me about offshore books. We get to talking, and he knows who David Miller is. And he's like, yeah, follow him on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, yeah, well, I'm connected. That's my guy. And he goes, yeah, I connected with this guy in the syndicate in 2015. He smokes cigars. He's got a big beard, and he's from Baltimore. And I'm like, well, this is Costi. He goes, I didn't recognize you. I thought I was 6'5". I was like, I thought you were 6'5". I said, no, Eric's just 5'6". I did video next to him. Guy thought I was 6'5". Antoine, because I gave him that. I said, now we're Pick Dogs. He said, Antoine, when you're watching the show, respect. It was a very entertaining. It was like him meeting a fan in the back. He had no idea because I was in the dark in the back. My buddy was out front. He was dying laughing. He goes, I thought you were 6'5". I didn't recognize you. I said, no, just standing next to Eric. I look like I'm 6'5".
Doesn't want every game. And then
This little piggy went to Chrome Hearts. This little piggy had none. This little piggy went to Spago.
You guys didn't read his what the rings say from Chrome Hearts.
no.
One says "F you."
All right. Well, eventually we got to get to some games here.
Oh shoot! Oh, I forgot.
50 minutes in. Charleston, Southern Illinois, Santa Clara, St. Louis, Stanford versus Denver, Harvard versus Marist, Valpo versus Liberty, Temple versus Sharp. We got South Dakota State versus McNeese State. Is McNeese supposed to be good this year again, Chris? I don't even know. Remember how good they were last year?
Yeah, they're loaded.
I'll tell you, it's good. It's Corpus Christi is in their division. They're playing Purdue, Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi's good. Delaware, Bucknell, App State, Miami, Ohio, St. John's, Fordham, Butler, Missouri State. Any of those, Chris? Early slot?
I'm so trying to. I don't know how I'm going to keep up on these timestamps. Oh boy. Let's see here. Give me St. Louis and the free bucket against Santa Clara.
They ranked?
What's that?
They ranked St. Louis this year? No?
No.
Wow, that's surprising.
Not yet. They're going to be. They're the best team in the A10.
Yeah, they're good.
But I see everybody talking about St. Louis and Santa Clara and the continuity with this team, because St. Louis has to take time to, implement a new system because Josh Schertz came over from Indiana State. I don't care. St. Louis got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. They got Larry Blurred. Robbie Avila. This is an Indiana State team. It's absolutely loaded, and I think they start early. Just missed my premium list. Give me St. Louis and the 1.5, and give me McNeese. This number's flown, but I'm taking McNeese here. McNeese might be even better than the team that won. That won 30 games last year, best season in program history. South Dakota State. We love our Jackrabbits, but this team's starting from scratch.
Costi, anything in the early slot for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Blue Hens, the Delaware Blue Hens. They play a lot better at home than on the road, and Bucknell struggled on the road last year. It's a small line again. I haven't done too much of a deep dive yet, so I'm very tentative, like Jay say, early season college basketball. But short line, the Blue Hens, I like them early slot.
I'm gonna roll with. I'm gonna take St. John's against Fordham. I think normally I would be like kind of not as big on the Johnnies in this spot, but I like what Rick Pitino did. It's like he complained about the way the college basketball was. He got it all out of his system, and then he went out and said, you know what, if I play the game, the system works. Went right across the river, grabbed Big East Player of the Year, right? Richmond from Seton Hall. I don't know if he was Player of the Year, but he was all conference. Awesome. Got him. He got Devonta Smith from Utah. He's got
So what's the difference between a pro versus a Joe?
A pro is someone that is simply wagering on sports to make money. It's an alternate form of investing. Instead of the stock market, instead of crypto, instead of commodities, it just happens to be sports. They're betting on a number, not a team. A Joe is usually a fan or someone that enjoys spending their weekend wagering, especially on college football and pro football, and is not really interested in playing every small market such as NHL, tennis, golf. That's the difference between a pro and a Joe.
Yeah, you missed it. We were having a live
You guys put me right on the spot. I had to
the Euro step. I love that. The Pathy step.
Also, so the other thing I like about that Fordham St. John's game is that so Fordham was really good 2 years ago, and then last year they laid a big egg. They got like 13 wins or something. I'm gonna take St. John's. I think they bust them up something fierce. I think I like this roster that Pitino's put together. I think they're gonna make a run. Dark horse, Elite Eight for me on St. John's. Jay, anything in the early slot?
No college basketball at all for me today. Sorry, fellas.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can get some names out there that get interested.
I see something.
We got Toledo and Troy. We got Brown, the Bears, up against Siena. We got Moorhead State versus Louisville, which is a little better than less head. And we've got Texas A&M versus UCF, LaSalle versus American, George Mason versus NC Central, Michigan State versus Monmouth, Syracuse versus Lemoyne, UNCGB versus Florida Gulf Coast, the Osprey, VCU versus Bellarmine. Some people call it Bellarmine, but we call it Bellarmine on this show. Coastal versus Western Mich, Pittsburgh versus Rhode, JMU versus Ohio, Clemson versus Charleston Southern. That Ohio JMU game should be pretty good. Princeton versus Iona. NJIT is not SHIT versus Penn. Providence versus Central Connecticut State. Georgia State versus Ball State. Dayton versus STFU. Been waiting for them to use that one. It's been a while. Been a minute. St. Joe's versus Navy. Old Dominion versus Buffalo. West Virginia versus Robert Morris. South Carolina versus North Florida. You got a directional plus a state battle going on there. North Florida, South Carolina. Duke versus Maine. The Cooper Flag Show is in business. As Bittler calls it, Loyola versus Columbia. Maryland versus Manhattan. I noticed that Chris had two videos with the same cover on that one. I had to change it for him. The other one was Townsend St. Mary's. I had to put that one on there. We got Miami versus FDU. Tennessee versus Gardner Webb. Florida State versus Northern Kentucky. That's NKU. Kentucky versus Wright State. First game for their new head coach. Got NC State versus SC Upstate. UMass versus New Hampshire. Cincinnati versus the Abe Simpsons. We got Georgia Southern versus Northern Illinois. It lost it. It lost it. I had to do the casual go act.
Yeah, you tried to rush through it. I was like, not letting that go.
St. Bonnie's versus Northridge. Mississippi State versus West Georgia. This is a new one for me, West Georgia. UAB versus. Oh no, we're good. We're into the things. Anything there, Chris? 7:00 Eastern.
Is there? Couple quick ones. I'll go with Ohio plus the points against JMU. Everybody left JMU. This is still an Ohio team that brought back a decent amount of talent from last year, and I think Ohio could be a team that could win the MAC. So I'll take Ohio in the 2.5 points. And let's see here. I'm just trying to pick something out. Give me Louisville against Moorhead State. Moorhead State, another team that just lost everybody. Normally, I don't love backing teams that have a new head coach and a bunch of transfers coming in, but it's a Pat Kelsey program. Love Pat Kelsey, and I think Louisville's going to be bumping because they're tired of losing. They were like 12-52 under Kenny Payne the last 2 years. Yeah, I think Louisville's headed on the right track. So give me Louisville in a beat down over Moorhead State.
Costi?
Yeah, just one here. Obviously, I could pick a ton. I'm not going to be betting a lot today. More watching and gaining information. But Tennessee lane 27, Gardner Webb is not on any planet that Tennessee is going to be on. Tennessee had a really good run last year. They brought in some really good freshmen.
I kind of like Gardner Webb in that one.
Nah.
Why? Why?
It's going to be a blowout.
Because
Why?
Costy's not distinguished enough. You gotta
Yeah,
have
but
your
Gardner
PP.
Webb. So Gardner Webb, the thing about them is they
God.
really push the pace. Like they really push the pace. Tennessee, not a really good scoring team, but they got like 3 guys that can bomb threes. They brought in like even more 3-point bombers. Necht is gone, right? But Ziegler's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. That's a ton of points against a team that's going to have that many possessions. Possessions 9/10 of the law. Where's the fucking jam session? All right. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. And my opinion is that Rufo is number 2 behind Landis.
What?
Slightly ahead of the Bare Naked Ladies.
I'll take that.
Rush is
Not fair to remind you
Hey, we can mute
of the mess you made when you walked away. It's not fair.
Good story.
Here's the good news. Here's what I could do. Unmute myself. This is what happens when you give on people power that shouldn't have power.
Oh, you mean like this?
I like Duke against Maine. I just think, I understand it's a bundle of points, but Duke's stacked, man. Cooper Flagg's first game, it's Maine. Like, this is a mismatch of mismatches. I could see a 40 or 50 point win in that one. With the new college basketball rules, man, it's like, it happened 2 years ago. It sets up for big blowouts, more possessions. So I like that. I think Cincinnati's going to be one of the better teams this year. Do you really want to be laying 35 to the Abe Simpsons? Maybe. They probably forget before it's over anyway. I don't know. I'll take Cincinnati there, lay the half of 70. I think Ohio beats JMU outright. I like Ohio. Central Florida over Texas A&M also money line in that one. Seems light line, right?
Yeah. I know that there's a lot of people that like Texas A&M, but it's like I don't get it. I mean,
Buzz Williams is usually a very slow starter.
Yeah.
We got Florida Atlantic, the post Dusty May era against Indiana State. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I guess they're still going to be pretty good. Texas Southern versus XU. We got Penn State versus Binghamton. We got the crosstown rivalry, Boston U Northeastern. Seton Hall St. Peter's battle in Jersey. Jersey bettors looking up and down their FanDuel app for that one. Won't be able to find it.
Nope.
That's always the weird thing about college basketball season. It's like half the games that people can't.
Yeah.
How about this one? Memphis favored by 4.5 over Missouri. I mean, Missouri hasn't won in 2 years, man. It's like, when's the last time they won? Like last November or something?
Yeah, but they reloaded.
Who's the coach?
Dennis Gates.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't won at this level.
Yeah, they got they got rid of everybody and hit the transfer. I think they brought in like 10 new transfers.
You're not at Cleveland State anymore. South Alabama versus Central Michigan. Yale versus Quinnipiac. You got Houston against Jack State. So Houston returns 4 starters, and Kelvin Sampson is crying about how they're going to miss Shed so much. I mean, when's the last time he had 4 returning starters? Costi, what school has won more games in the last 4 years of all the teams in college basketball?
It's a loaded question.
Houston. Not doing too well with the questions today. We got Duquesne up against Lipscomb. Duquesne's nuts up against Lipscomb.
What a run by those guys.
By
What a
Duquesne's.
run. Yeah,
The best part was we were in Vegas for it.
I know. And making money off it.
Duquesne's.
Oh.
Nuts.
A Duquesne parlay with Grand Canyon.
That was the best.
Oh,
I still remember standing in line at the sports
Man,
book.
shout out Duquesne. Shout out Grand Canyon, man. What a run.
I still remember standing at the sports book with Costi, and I'm like, "What are you gonna bet?"
What a run.
He's like, and he did the hand thing. He's like, Duquesne's nuts.
yeah. And Grand Canyon money lines. Let's
Man.
go. No spread needed.
It was part of the script, man. It was part of
No spread needed. It's all money line.
Yeah, it's like what else we can? We'll do a couple more in here. Rhode Island, Fairfield, Wake versus Coppin State, 34-point number on that one. Bradley versus Southeast Missouri State, WKU versus Wichita State. George Washington versus the Lake Show.
G-Dub.
Take on the Lake Show, Jay, in the opener.
Man, a hell of a game to start the year right there.
Texas State versus Eastern Michigan, laying 18. Illinois against Eastern Illinois.
Who's laying 18?
I laying 8.
G-Dub over
G-Dub.
the Lake Show.
Oh, G-Dub over Lake. Yeah.
The Lake Show. I mean, it's the Lake Show's first Division I game.
So they were D2 last year?
Yep.
Okay, Lake Show. Let's see what y'all got.
The Lake Show. Mercyhurst. Illinois versus Eastern Illinois. And ULL versus Kent State. Right on. Chris?
Oh, we're splitting up 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we got it. We got too many games.
Oh. All right. Oh boy. I'll go with Kelvin Sampson, the complainer. I'm going to go with him against Jackson State. If there's one thing that happens with Houston every year, they just dominate lesser teams in non-conference play. They did it last year. They beat everybody by like 35, 40 points. You can take the under 137.5 if you want. I think this is one of those like 75 to 40 kind of games or something like that. So I'm still going to take Houston, though, laying the points. And I want to get to Iowa State, but now it's up to 46, so I can't take that. I'm going to lean towards Missouri plus the 4. Two teams just reloaded, but I like what Missouri did with bringing in the transfers that they did. Brought in 4 different double-digit scorers from last year. I think Missouri is going to be a better team than. I mean, it's not hard to be better than 0-18 in conference play, but I think Missouri is going to have some value here. So give me Missouri plus the 4.
We're going to go with another redemption tour. Let's go Duquesne's nuts. Let's keep it going, man. Now you get some credibility. You got some tournament wins under your belt. You get some more recruits come there. You're on the up and up. Out the gate, hot, only laying 5 at home. I know Lipscomb's traditionally a really good program as well, but I trust in my team. That was the highlight of our trip last year. So, Duquesne's.
I'm going to roll with I'm going to take Houston as well over Jackson State. I just think they suffocate them defensively. I don't think Jackson State's bad. They're actually I think they'll win the SWAC. Call me crazy. They actually had some good transfers in. Chris looks disinterested. I'll take Vermont plus the points against UAB. I think 6.5 is always a giant number to be laying with UAB. I'll take Memphis over Missouri. I don't care who they got. I think when I see Gates win, I'll be a lot more impressed because I've been not impressed with them recently. We got Iowa versus the Jay Briggs Texas A&M-Commerce Lions. Shortest team in college basketball. 6'2" average height. Depaul versus Southern Indiana. Michigan versus Cleveland State. Now here, I'm normally a Michigan hater, but I'm going to say Michigan is Elite 8 with St. John's for me also in the early going. I got Michigan, Baylor, St. John's, Houston. I love Michigan this year. Love them. Southern.
A couple games under my belt, and I'm gonna have mine.
How many kids does Scottie Pippen have?
I gotta see it with these college kids. Me personally, I gotta see them.
Jay, how many kids does Scottie Pippen have? They're all playing college.
One on the Grizzlies.
One on Michigan. They're all named Scotty. It's like George Foreman.
Right.
Southern Miss versus Bowling Green.
Is the one at Michigan named Scotty for?
No, I don't think so. Nebraska versus the Vaqueros.
The Huevos Vaqueros. If Utah Tech and UTRGV play, that's going to be the Huevos Vaqueros.
Speaking of which, we got Charlotte versus 1-0, 2-0, Red Ho, Blue
Ho.
Presbyterian. Army versus Albany, the Great Danes. Kansas versus Howard. Love the way the Jayhawks go out on a limb here for their opener.
Local squad. Howard's
TCU versus Florida A&M. Florida A&M's best player transferred out. Wisconsin versus Holy Cross. Holy Cross is actually good in their division. Villanova versus Lafayette. This is it for Neptune. You know, I would say this is it, right? Would you say if he doesn't win this year, he's out? He's got to be on a short leash.
Yeah, if he doesn't make the tournament, but he's done.
They got Woogie Poplar from us. Vandy versus Maryland Eastern Shore. Illinois State versus Tennessee Martin. Vatech versus Delaware State. Mark, who used to work for us, said that they picked that team up at the student union before the game. Got Northwestern versus Lehigh. Boston College versus the Citadel. Loyola-Chicago versus Chicago State, who really wasn't all that bad last year. SMU versus Tarleton. Jay, tough one there for you, local.
Man.
Marquette versus Stony Brook. Seawolves. Ole Miss versus LIU. USF versus Florida. Going to be an emotional day, but that one's on a neutral court. Colorado versus Eastern Washington. We coming? All right, we can stop there. Chris, anything?
Yeah, I hate to do it, but give me SMU laying the 14 against Tarleton. Tarleton brought back Billy Gillespie and everybody left because they liked Joseph Jones a lot better. And Gillespie wasn't very popular. So as soon as he came back, I think that's why 8 players left, and it was basically that whole starting lineup. So they're basically starting from scratch. SMU is still a solid team. Made some moves to bring in some pieces. So give me SMU laying the 14. And give me, I hate to say that we're going out on a limb here, but give me Kansas laying the 26.5.
Yeah, the one I liked. We don't have a lot of games to choose from, and
I'll leave the analysis for you, but give me Kansas laying the points.
Kansas for me too. It's like Mitch said, they really went out on a limb to play Howard here, at home. Midnight Madness.
Got to go outside your comfort zone, man.
And this is just 26. This should be a 35 points.
If you want to be better, you got to go outside the comfort zone.
Kansas for me in the slot.
I'll take Iowa on the money line against Texas A&M-Commerce. I understand the line's minus 48-45, but that's okay. I think that A&M-Commerce is going to have better days ahead, but I just don't think this is one of them. I like Michigan a lot, man. I'm just not sure about the 21 points against Cleveland State, man. Michigan is just stacked. I mean, they are. Dusty May, man, came in there from Florida Atlantic, and I mean, he just went nuts in the transfer portal. He's in signing players. He's got Justin Pippen. He's got Golden. He was with FAU. He's got still has Jace Howard. Jawan's son decided he didn't want to play for Jawan Howard either. Then you got Danny Wolf came over. Wasn't he? He was at Yale, right? The center. Yale. 7-footer. He's like Hunter Dickinson, but he's good.
He's a shooter, I think.
Trey Donaldson from Auburn. He was the point guard, the starting point guard at Auburn. He's like not really much of a shooter. He's like a facilitator. He's kind of like me. He gets open. You get him in space. He creates.
Starts calling people names.
Name caller. Trash talker. I am the Steve Smith of sports betting. Trash talker. Get Logan in the octagon. I heard that Logan actually, true story. I heard he shit his pants. On a regular basis. Anyways, Oklahoma versus Lindenwood. Utah versus Akron State. Grand Canyon versus Cal State Fulton. Alabama. Big expectations this year up against Cashville. New Mexico versus Nicholls State. Oak State versus Green Bay. North Carolina versus the Teslas. Got Colorado State versus North Dakota. The Force versus Northern Alabama. Nevada against Sam Houston. San Jose State versus Western Illinois. They're the Leatherbacks, aren't they? Leathernecks. Southern Cal, that's USC versus Chattanooga. I think USC is going to be good this year, too. The post-Bronny era. Oregon State versus the Eggs. Texas, Ohio State. Arizona versus Canisius, the one that I really love, now up to 34 from 29.5, where I liked it. St. Mary's versus Towson. Cal Baptist versus Word Up, Incarnate Word Up. Got Oregon. I've messed that one up a little bit. I'll say it again. California Baptist versus Incarnate Word Up. Oregon versus UC Riverside. It's opening day. I'm allowed. Again, it's amazing I remembered this many. So little time, so many bits. UCLA versus Ryder. I mean, this could be the most bits in one segment of all time.
Ryder, I hardly knew her.
Washington State versus Portland State. What NFL quarterback that was drafted in the first round went to Portland State?
Oh, why do I feel like I know this?
And what team drafted him?
Give me the actual decade.
70s or 80s.
Oh,
wow.
Maybe the 80s. Neil Lomax.
Who?
Exactly. Neil Lomax, Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals.
Don't remember.
Cal versus Bakersfield, the Roadrunners. Gonzaga, hat burner. Rod gonna burn his hat. If it was Baylor again. It was Baylor that beat him for that in the hat burning game. You know about the hat burning, Costi?
Mm-mm.
So Rod, like in college basketball, because there's so many teams, Rod is like the biggest bandwagon guy there is, worse than Jay. He gets the hat and everything. He like goes all in. He wears the hat. So he's wearing Illinois all season when they had Cockburn. It's pronounced Coburn, but spelled Cockburn for something, right? But it's Cockburn, right? Anyways, he has the Illinois hat like all season. He's got like a bunch of other ones. Then it gets to the tournament. Illinois is out. He's got the Gonzaga hat.
I remember. I was here. I was here for that.
No, he does it every year. He's talking about how Gonzaga's his geographical team and all this other stuff. And then they played Baylor in the finals. And the deal was that if Baylor wins, he has to burn his hat. And Baylor was up by like 50 at halftime. And they cut to Rod, and he's outside his house, and he's got like a garbage can on fire, like with the big flames. He takes the Gonzaga half off. He puts it in. One of the best moments ever.
You remember it was just like we weren't prepared for this. He didn't have a hat on standby. So it's like we just saw the top of Rod's head for the first time.
It was like I've been wearing this hat a lot.
Yeah, I wear it for golf.
It's actually not bad. Like at first I didn't like it, but I actually do like it.
Yeah, very comfortable.
You just can't pull it too low.
No.
No, but it is comfortable. It
Yeah.
breathes. It's sporty. $38.99 available under the merch tab at the Pick Dogs website.
This is a new one. This is the half zip hoodie with the you get like a
This one, it's like a charcoal.
it's a charcoal and it's got a pocket here.
Oh, cool. Is that where you put your weed?
That's where I put my weed and
That's where I keep my
slips.
gummies.
Yeah. You keep the bedding slips close to the shoulder.
I like that.
Yep, half zip. Got a pocket, front pocket. Yeah, it's nice.
Can we see the old job in memory of you having hair? I got news for you. I could grow my hair back. It's not going to be a thick head of hair, but I could grow my hair back. I definitely, because I've been putting collagen in my protein shakes, and my hair is growing like crazy. You know that, Costa? You put collagen in your protein shakes?
You do?
I do. It's an extra 20 grams of protein. I don't care where it comes from. I don't know anything about it. So my hair's growing like crazy. All over my back. And my toes. And my knuckles. April bought me the Rubik's Cube for my birthday. I of course left it on the shelf. It's untouched. You don't even want to touch it. She got me a book, like how to do it, how to put it back together, like from all these different scenarios and everything with the Rubik's Cube. Old job. Do I have it here? Oh, yeah, I got it. Here we go. I had hair on the live show, like when we first started it, right? For Pick Dog, I'm pretty sure. In Hawaii, I used to wear my hair long. Surfing. I'd have like the long freaking surfer hair. UNLV, Alabama State. Chris, any of these games? Or are we just going to sit here and just gloss over it?
Yeah,
You haven't even got to the NBA card. We're an hour and 22 minutes in.
Yeah, I know. I'll be quick with these. Give me Towson plus the points against St. Mary's. St. Mary's lost a lot to the transfer portal. Not often that happens, but they did. And Towson, brought up a lot of guys back from last year's team. This is a Towson team that was really good on the glass, and I think they can get a lot of second chance points against the St. Mary's team. It just isn't the same defensively and from a rebounding perspective. So give me Towson and give me the under and rider UCLA. Due to UCLA team, but I think that Mick Cronin's going to have an increased emphasis on defense after last year. And he won't hesitate to throw the clipboard either. So give me the under and rider UCLA.
I like Oregon here. I think they're just head and shoulders better than UC Riverside. Played well. They lost to Creighton, which we know Creighton was a pretty good team last year.
Creighton's not playing today, are they?
No. So Oregon, I think it's 17 is a little too low.
Who's older? Kalkbrenner or Hunter Dickinson?
Hunter Dickinson.
I don't know.
Well, Caleb Love. He's got to be
Did you say who's older or who's taller? Because I still
older.
don't know.
Older.
Who's taller?
How about Davis? RJ Davis.
RJ Dave. He's about, they're all the same age. Old.
34, 33, 34.
27.
BYU quarterback age.
What about Rising? Rising's up there.
What about the Dolphins or the Hurricanes? Womack, 9th year senior.
That's the best. You just keep coming back. It's like the guy that just stays at the frat house for 9 years.
Well, no, he had the 2 injury years. He had the COVID year.
I get
He's
it.
got,
I get it. I totally get it. But you're literally in college. You're in your mid-20s, and there's 18-year-olds.
But these guys, like a lot of these guys this year, because of the NIL money, they took their COVID year. Still,
I don't
they're
blame
still taking their COVID
Yeah.
year. I tell you, who should have taken their COVID year was Caleb Williams. Oh my God! Oh God! Did you see him just get his ass kicked? It was like they were just flinging him around. They just got so sick of him, they just started grabbing him and just flinging him around. And it was like, wow. You want to talk about just no respect whatsoever. I was drafted first, bitches.
And I'm going to go Baylor on the money line.
Yeah, I love Baylor.
Points not necessary.
Not needed.
Not needed.
Not needed. I like Miami over fairly disinterested. I love Iowa against Texas A&M-Commerce. Sorry, Jay. I love them. I just don't think Texas A&M-Commerce has the size to compete. You should go see what some of these guys are doing. Maybe get go down to the student union, do some recruiting. Who else? That's about it. I'm going actually super light on the college basketball tonight. So I suggest everyone do the same. It's really, really hard to get angles on a lot of these things.
Mm-hmm.
I would go maybe Elon against North Carolina, the Teslas. North Carolina doesn't have much this year. Baycott's gone. You know who we don't have to kick around anymore is that guy that transferred in from Notre Dame, Cormac Ryan. I loved kicking him around. We don't have him to kick around in the show anymore. I will find some new bums. It's okay. Neil Lomax. Neil Lomax. Yep. All right. Baylor stacked. Omer, Roach. I mean, they hit the portal hard. Go to Monday Night Football. Chiefs and the Baylors. The other Baker, Mayfield.
Shout out to the Bengals, man. Huge game on Thursday coming up.
Guess who's playing Sunday morning, 9:30?
Oh, Lord.
Yep. We'll be ranting. We'll be ranting big time.
Oh, fucking Lord.
Yeah, why? Jay, what do you think of tonight's Monday Night Football matchup?
Same thing I've said all season, man. Chiefs. More Chiefs. I think they whooped this one up, man. The Bucks is banged up, injured, battered. I do like the over here, though. I do think we get some points in this game. Last time we saw Mahomes versus Baker, it was that. Granted, that was college, but still think they both probably come out slinging. It's going to be a higher scoring game than some people may think. I know primetime unders is a thing, but not tonight. Maybe over. And from a size perspective, I think the Chiefs win this game by like 10, 14 points. So I'll lay it.
Chris?
I'm going to stick with the over here. I lean towards the Chiefs, but you know the Bucks defense has been brutal, and you know games for the Bucks in the last few games we've seen in totals of 57. We've seen a couple in the 70s. So give me the over, Chiefs Bucks.
This is the exact same scenario as the Ravens and the Broncos from yesterday. There's a reason why the spread is 9. Kansas City feasts on prime time. I think they hold the Bucks to a fairly low number here. That's why it's 45 for a reason.
Nope, you said no number.
Low number here.
No.
And Tampa Bay's they have nobody. Bucky Irving's banged up now. I know he's probably going to play, but Baker's got nobody, and that defensive line is going to get to him, and it's going to pressure him. And they have one of the best defensive coordinators for the Chiefs that's going to be able to confuse him. And no Godwin, no Evans. I mean, who is he going to get the ball to? This is the exact scenario that they had, when they played last week. And I think the Chiefs now have another week with DeAndre Hopkins in the mix, Kareem Hunt. I think they're going to get to this team early. And if they make Tampa Bay one-dimensional, it's going to be another one of those 30-point wins.
Is he Mike's brother, Kareem?
Not saying it. Not getting it. That was close. Very, very close. A good one. If Jay was fully paying attention, he would have bought into it.
It cost you. Where are you going for your NBA parlay today?
You know what? I was doing great. You know how many people literally sent me the recording of my face? It was like this.
Yeah. That's why I said you had that brief moment where you're just like, shit.
Like hurt my neck a little bit with that.
Oh, jeez.
Kareem and Mike.
And the parlay didn't even win.
It was all for nothing. Damn it.
All for nothing.
Let's talk some hoops, man. We got 15 of them things, man.
I like the Bucks. Bucks for me.
15 of them things, man. Everybody in action today. Nobody in action tomorrow for election day. So
Bucks for me. We got the Cavaliers versus the other Bucks. We've got the Bizzards versus the Warriors. Jay?
fade the Bucks parlay is probably going in for me today. The Tampa Bay Bucks and the Milwaukee Bucks both getting faded. I'm laying the points here with Cleveland. Milwaukee has earned themselves onto the do not bet list. Cleveland, man, these boys is just, it is what it is, man. Straight up undefeated, straight up undefeated ATS and straight up. Stick a fork in Milwaukee. I'll lay the points here with Cleveland. And then that Wizards-Warriors game, it's tough. Curry, game time decision. Maybe back for this one. I would lean towards the Wizards. I think they are improved, and bad teams are not tanking yet in the season. So this game might be a little more competitive than people may think. I think the Warriors now are starting to become a little overrated and overvalued. Small lean on the Wizards.
Jay's been crushed in the comments on the Warrior games. Chris, been an onslaught.
Give me the Warriors.
I haven't seen a beat down that bad. I haven't seen a beat that bad.
Yeah. And give me the Warriors. What I'm seeing from Golden State is that they prove to me that they can win with or without Curry. And while there have been a couple of questionable teams they played there, I think it was the Pelicans they played, and
Sam.
They played the Houston Rockets. They looked good on the road, beating the Houston Rockets, and the Washington Wizards. Well, they're 0-3 against teams that's not named the Atlanta Hawks, with losses by 20, 20, and 19. So.
Oh, that was the bitchy voice. That was the bitchy voice.
No, I'm just sick of the Wizards. I want them to.
It was. That was the bitchy voice, though. That was
5 games into the year.
That was the bitchy.
No, I'm trying to be quick voice because we've got 13 more games after this to go through. So give me Washington.
Touching nose.
Hey, I don't flick the wrist that much. Okay, stop.
Look here, girlfriend.
Okay. Give me the Cavs as well. Yeah, I'm with Jay. Bucks on the do not bet list.
Costi.
I'm just not there with the do not bet list. Quick revenge game. The Bucks were up in that game heavily.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
They were never up heavily in that game.
Look at the box score.
I watched the game. They were never up heavily.
Remember the first quarter.
First quarter.
I'm just saying, throughout the game. They gave that away.
They
I
gave
get
it
but
away.
The contrarian in me would say there's no way that Cleveland's going to keep going ATS.
If you had the Bucks the other day, you should quit betting, man. That was terrible, man. It's like they weren't even close. We saw
they play the game. I think 7 is too much. I think Cleveland wins this game, but they don't win by 8 points.
It was a 1-point game it was a 1-point game at halftime. The Cavs had the lead at the end of the third quarter, and then they won the game. It's like
but they won the game on what?
On a wide open layup.
Wide open layup. Donovan Mitchell sank a fadeaway.
Yeah, it was wide open.
Well, it's not a layup.
It was wide open.
It's a layup for Donovan Mitchell.
And I'll tell you what, if he misses the shot, if he misses and the Cavs get the rebound, they cover anyway, man. It was only 1 point differential. It was like they were laying 1.5.
The biggest lead was 16 points in the first.
I'm not obsessed with the game because Giannis.
They were laying 1.5 to 2 points. Depending on where you got it. It's like the Cavs had it all the way. They were inside the number when that happened. Let's just say you made a bad pick, and it's like blame yourself, man. Don't blame the Bucks, Cavs. Blame yourself.
Not laying 7.
I can tell you what the problem is, man. You're looking at the only problem you have, man.
Washington is at home. I think they are much improved, like Jay said. Curry game time decision. I'll take the home points here plus 10.5.
I'm going to take the Cavaliers to blast the Bucks again. I think they woodshed their ass. And then I think in the other one, I'm taking the Warriors over the Wizards. The Warriors the Wizards are straight ass, man. They got nothing. Kyle Kuzma is option A. Think about it. What option was he on the last team? He was on the Lakers.
F.
Exactly.
And there's only 5 guys on the floor.
Nice guy. Solid player. But is he option A?
This is why I like the Wizards this season. People are not watching Wizards basketball. They're not that team that people got the perception of from a season ago. They're not that team. They're not.
They're worse.
No, they're not.
They're worse.
You know how you got the Nets in your stable? Where like my bad teams are
my team's 5-2 against the number.
This is gonna be one of mine. Charlotte's gonna be one of mine. Just gotta let him into the stable, man. Just gotta let him in.
Got the Pistons against the Lakers and the Hawks against the Celtics. Chris?
Yeah, one of my bad teams this year is going to be the Pistons, I think. Give me the Pistons.
I already got the Pistons.
Oh, we can share them.
I'm off the Pistons.
It's at a point now where it's like I see the Lakers, decent sized road favorite, anything like over 5-6 points. Look the other way. Happened against Toronto. Toronto reeled them in and snuck in the back door. I think Detroit could do the same here, catching 7.5. I see Anthony Davis listed as questionable.
Day-to-day.
Anthony Day-to-day Davis living up to his name. Or Data Davis, I should say. But, give me the Pistons and the points. And give me the over in Celtics-Hawks. The Celtics going to probably put 130, 140 points in this game. The Hawks can contribute to the over.
So it's not fair.
Give me the over 230.
To remind me the mess they left when they went away. It's not
Lakers for me. They're Lake Show for me.
And, you go Mercyhurst, Lakers, Bucks.
No, because I don't like one of the Bucks.
All right.
I'm on Kansas City. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. The wind's going out. Boston for me. Atlanta's on a do not bet list for a reason, and they've proven their worth of being on the list. Because because you get to the list doesn't mean you could just permanently stay there. You have to constantly reinvent yourself, and they're 1-6 against the spread. So keep it going.
Costa's been watching too much TV.
I know.
Constantly reinventing.
I keep watching. I just watch YouTube. That's my TV.
What's your program?
Oh, the best new show right now, Penguin. Really good.
I've been hearing people talk about the Penguin. I might start.
Colin Farrell, he's a great actor. you can't recognize him. And you like, for whatever reason, because all I remember Penguin is Danny DeVito, right? That's just how I look at Penguin. But you like feel bad for this guy, like for this character. You feel bad for him. And he's just a ruthless, nasty person. But like, he's like us. He just didn't have it handed to him. He had to build everything.
You're calling us ruthless, nasty people for a second.
No, but we started from the ground up. Nothing was just gifted. And that's how it's good. HBO. I think it's only 6 episodes in. It's once a week.
Good.
Just give me one more chance.
Part of the Batman. It's part of the Batman universe.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like the superhero stuff.
It's not really. This is more of like gangster street crime. There's not like anything superhero-ish here.
Did you see the one about the girl? She gets kidnapped and then they Oh, what about George Foreman? Did you guys see that one?
Yeah, that was good. I liked it.
George?
I enjoyed it. I
And
like
there's
any
the
guy.
girl that got kidnapped, and
Yeah.
then they drugged her. That's the new one on
What?
Netflix.
The girl that got kidnapped and they drugged her.
Yeah, not the true story one. The other one, the fake one. Don't Speak.
Oh no, I haven't seen that yet. Oh, the one that's like the serial killer that like
Yeah.
she can't. She just
Yeah.
yeah. I haven't seen it yet. No.
Watched it. It's okay. Predictable in a good way. I like the happy ending. I'll just tell you this much. She escapes in the end.
That's what she said. I get no credit for those.
Well, I don't get it. Doesn't even
What do you
make
mean?
sense.
Happy ending.
No, I said,
Whoa.
oh,
Oh.
that's like a Bob Kraft joke.
Yeah. No.
And you remember when he
that-
got caught like giving that guy a blowjob at the Orchids Asia Days Fund?
It was more. Well, now you could move it over to our newest massage parlor expert,
Eric Pathy.
He
He's
got.
like, you happen to run into Bob Kraft at any of these massage parlors?
Yeah, we're in Vegas, and Eric's at the massage parlor longer than he is at the sports book, and we're at the sports book 8 hours a day.
Oh Lord.
We on the next ones here?
We got the Brooklyn Nets versus the Grizz. And
I didn't go there. Oh my bad. Hold on.
all right. I don't think I did either. I like the Celtics.
Yeah, Celtics, easy. Do not bet less Hawks, easy. Come on now.
Yep.
And then what was the other one? Lakers Pistons.
Yep.
I don't love that game. I would lean Pistons. The Lakers might let the back door be wide open again, kind of like they did against the Raptors, but not a game I'm rushing to bet.
Got the NBA's top team, the Brooklyn Nets, up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Shout out Brooklyn. Got the Miami Heat against the Sacktown Kings. Brooklyn, man, Costi, they be hooping. Them boys be hooping.
Them boys be hooping. That's right.
My wife heard me saying that the other day. She was dying. She's like, "Well, what do you say when you talk about them, baby? These guys just say whatever Jay says." She's like, "Well, what's that?" I said, "Them boys be hooping." Yep.
You give them boys some points, and you're good to go.
I've been on the Nets a bunch this year.
Voila, 5-2 against the number. Is it me first?
Yeah.
Nets for me, Miami for me. I'm happy with them not laying points, but I'll take them at home. Not obsessed with either of the games, but 5 with the Nets, Miami laying 1.
I love Brooklyn over the Grizz. I just think 5 is way too many. If Memphis wins, it's going to be on that crossover, whatever bullshit that they do. I'll take Brooklyn, and then I will take Miami.
Hey, you're Miami. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Jay always fades the Heat at home.
Doesn't have the same Chicago Bulls ring to it.
No, because it's not the same, because they don't really actually do it. But Chicago Bulls, they say. and your Chicago Bulls. I think isn't that the name of Phil Jackson's book? It's like and your Chicago Bulls.
I don't know. I'm on the Hawk. I mean, I'm on the not the,
What? What did you say?
It's not even in this segment. I'm looking at it, but I'm fading the Hawks. That's I'm on the Celtics. But in this segment, I'm on the Nets with you boys. I know they just got taken out in the shed yesterday by the Pistons of all teams, but the Nets is just one of them weird, funky. They're not going to be by the book style team. Like they're not going to fit the situations that every other team is going to fit. And they've already shown us that early this season. So they mess around and win that game outright, plus 165. Give me the Nets in that one. This Miami and Sacramento line keeps bouncing, and it's huge it's fucking huge because it's like Kings as a road dog. We love them. Kings as a road favorite, ass. Miami as a home favorite, ass. Miami as a home dog, they are
Worse.
It depends.
But do you factor that in when it's a 1?
Yes,
like you do.
Yes.
That matters.
This is what I said on the jam session. This is what I said. I'm just saying, like, from the spot situation. What I said on the jam session is I'm on the Kings. When I think about these two teams, here we go. I ain't really said in the NBA season in a minute, but when I look at these two teams, man for man, roster for roster, player for player, I think the Kings have the more talent. And I think that Miami, I don't know. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from Miami. I never like what I see from Miami, and that's usually when they go on a run. So it's an iffy game. It's a 50-50 style game, and I want to attack the plus money. We were getting plus money early this morning with Sacramento. I don't think we are currently. I think now it's like minus 105, maybe plus 100. So
Your Sacktown King.
what you think?
Come on up, Jay. Thursday. Let's go. Game time.
I might gotta go see my
Wear
boys.
that exact whatever you're wearing right now. Just don't take it off.
See my boys in action, man. My new team.
I'm gonna lean towards Brooklyn in the points. Gotta admit, Brooklyn's been covering fairly well. They upset Memphis as 11.5-point dogs a couple nights ago. Not eager to rush back and lay 4.5 with Memphis. Just something feels wrong with Memphis right now. So give me Brooklyn and give me the Heat at home. I'll lean towards the Heat. Like Jay said, it keeps flip-flopping. I just refreshed and now it's back to the Heat -1. So
yeah, it's ugly.
it's bad, but I'll give the edge to the Heat being at home.
Good story. You got the your Chicago Bulls up against the Jazz, and then you got the Rockets and the Knicks. That line all over the place. I'm gonna take the Bulls at home against the Jazz hands. Just not loving the way the Jazz are playing right now. And I don't know if something's going on in the Knicks game. Someone must be out.
I keep
why you
checking
say
the
that?
future for it.
Why you say that?
Because look at the line.
What's wrong with the line, bro? See, no, you gotta watch the jam session. I went on my fucking rant this morning.
Well, I would watch the jam session, but you put it up at like 11:30 in the afternoon.
Let me go on my
It's like,
rant this morning. Y'all need
like,
to pump the fucking brakes.
I was
on
set
the
up.
Knicks.
I mean, the first thing I say when I get out of bed, it's like, "Where's the motherfucking jam session?"
Y'all need
man? I say it all the
everybody
time,
needs
man.
to pump the fucking brakes on the Knicks, bro. Stop it.
I mean, how many times have I said that? Chris, how many times have you heard me say that?
Please. Y'all feeling hurt my head. Like, why the fuck are the Knicks even favored? That's what I'm thinking. This is my argument. I wholeheartedly believe if the Rockets were in the East, they would be the Knicks. Like, what are we talking about here? When we look at these two teams, man for man, player for player, roster for roster, they're the same fucking team. The Knicks are not better than the Rockets. They're just in the East. This shit is crazy. Like, I don't even understand. If the Knicks were in the West, they would have been in the same predicament that the Rockets were in last season. They got my Rockets as a home dog, bro, to the Knicks. Are they fucking crazy? Do they not know how stupid, dummy, crazy the Rockets go at home? The Rockets went dummy last year at home. I know they lost the other day. But I love what I seen from them in the second half. They was down, 40 in the first half to the Warriors? Still came all the way back. Granted, they only scored 2 points in overtime. That was disgusting and lost. But to fight back when they didn't have to, it was beautiful. I trust the Rockets at home, man. Should we pull up the last season numbers for them Rockets at home, man? I think some of y'all forgot who the Rockets is at the crib. 27-13-1, covered at a 68% clip. When you look at these two teams, they played last year. You know what happened? The Knicks came to Houston and fucking lost. Like, bro, the Knicks is not better than the Rockets. They're just in the East. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm on Houston. We got to attack value. You got to fade perception. And the perception right now on the Knicks is out of here. It's out of here. Who the fuck do y'all think they are? Their best player is Jalen Brunson. When Jalen Brunson was on the Mavs, nobody liked him. Y'all were trying to tell me he wasn't even a second option. Now he's oh my God, he's taking over New York. Oh my God. And then fucking Karl Anthony Towns. Y'all think Minnesota just shipped him out for no fucking reason? They traded him for Julius Randle, bruh. Like, what are we talking about, bruh? Fuck the Knicks. They're ass. They shouldn't be favored over the Rockets on the road. Sorry.
You kind of like the Knicks here.
I'm fading your ass.
All right. Chris?
I'm taking the Knicks as well. I mean, I see what Houston's done. They did come back against Golden State. I haven't been able to get a good feel for the Rockets so far this season. What I have seen is that the words last year are kind of underlined for me. Until I see them really start to ball out like they did last year at home. It's not that I love the Knicks. I just think that, I don't know. It's not a game I'm rushing to bet. But if I had to bet one,
I hear a lot of I don't know. I hear a lot of and that's what I'm saying about.
But you're also hearing a lot of I don't know what to make about the Rockets because they haven't played.
That's why you attack the plus money with the home team that has the record that the Rockets have. That's all I'm saying.
1-2.
Man, no, you can't. It's too small of a subset. That's way too small of a subset.
But we're also talking about
the same exact roster from a season ago. Okay, the same exact roster.
We've also seen teams go off, just improve up one season and then regress back and fall back into the hole. So we still have to wait to see what this Houston Rockets team actually is.
And the same thing about the Knicks, and that doesn't warrant laying points on the road with them teams.
But for me, they haven't earned. They haven't I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt yet because if they started the year 3-0, I would say, you know what, this is the team they were last year. But I haven't seen it yet. So if they can start rattling off wins at home, by all means. But I see a Knicks team has won back-to-back road games. Have they played the toughest competition? No. But they lead the NBA in offensive efficiency on the road, 124 points per 100 possessions. So
Chris loves having the conversation with himself.
Right? No, I'm just.
Am I hungry right now?
No, I'm just.
Yes. But does that mean I have to eat something? No. Do I like donuts?
Okay,
yes.
First of all, I left the
donuts. Jelly my favorite?
Donuts.
Well,
no,
they could
donuts did not make the table. The donuts didn't even make it home. They didn't even make it out of the car.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sam actually banged up his leg, but his appetite is not affected.
I'll take the Jazz plus the points. Still believe in this team. They're 0-6, but I feel like they're better than an 0-6 record. And
that was Chicago. I forgot to talk about that game. My bad. Go ahead.
The Chicago Bulls should be laying 8 points over anybody.
Boo!
Meanwhile, you take the Bucks, right? You take the Bucks, but the Chicago Bulls should be 8 points better than anybody. They beat the Bucks ass twice already.
You're worried about small sample size.
You need to refer to the do not bet list, man. And on the do not bet list is the Utah ass Jazz, man. You know I love the Jazz. I love the Jazz.
I have my own do not bet list.
I've watched more Jazz basketball than anybody. Mercyhurst. 8.5 with the Chicago Bulls is fucking insane. But there's nowhere to go. It's Bulls or pass.
Okay. Well, Jazz here, and then Houston Rockets because the other team is on my do not bet list.
Stupid man. We've got Minnesota against Charlotte. We've got the Thunder Buddies for life versus the Orlando Magic. Jay.
Thunder Buddies for life, man. Bad spot for Orlando on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. Thunder, just that same money-making machine that they always have been. Their only non-cover this season, they were laying 12.5 and won by 12. Like, come on, dog. The Magic, they're missing their best offensive weapon in Paolo Banchero. It's been evident in their last 2 games. It was really evident last night. They're just not going to be able to compete with some of the best offensive teams in the league, and the Thunder fit that mold. Defensively, when they play some of the mid-tier bad teams, yeah, they'll be able to hang and win those games outright. We'll still be able to bet the Magic. But against the best teams, their offense just won't be enough to carry them through. Give me the Thunder laying the points. And what was the other one? Hornets, T-Wolves?
Mm-hmm.
House of Disappointment laying an extended number, man. It makes my stomach hurt, but I'm going to take them. I'm going to lay the 9.5.
No.
Charlotte, I know. Charlotte is in my stable. I do like the Hornets. I will be betting the Hornets a lot this season, but them Timberwolves coming off of losses, hey, them boys, that's usually the spot where you can expect them to lock in. And coming off a bad loss.
That's what they want you to think.
Nah. Coming off a bad loss like they did against the Spurs, I think they lock in and get this.
If you took the Timberwolves every time they were coming off a bad loss, man, you would have them about 60 times a season.
Nah, off a loss last season, straight up, the Minnesota Timberwolves were. Hold on, let me pull it back up. I just had it. Off a loss last year, the Minnesota Timberwolves were 24-8 a season ago. ATS, it wasn't as great, but they still were profitable coming off a loss. ATS,
Lame. Their ass. Chris.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the Thunder. Until I have a reason to go against the Thunder, I'm not doing it, especially with the Magic, like Jay said, banged up. The offense has fallen off a cliff. And the Thunder have won each of their games by 12 plus points this season. So give me the Thunder, but I'll take the shot on the Hornets and the points. I mean, Minnesota 1-5 against the number, and the only game they covered was beating Sacramento by 2 on the road as a 1-point favorite. So you know, they're not winning by margin when they're winning games. Granted, they've played a fairly tough schedule, but they've also taken losses to San Antonio, the Lakers. So I think Charlotte gives them a game here. I think Minnesota wins, but I think Charlotte covers.
Costi?
Charlotte for me. I mean, they're the house of disappointment for a reason. Charlotte actually owns Minnesota. I mean, look at their overall head-to-head. I mean, 7-3 in their last 10, and Charlotte hasn't had a good team in the last couple years, and Minnesota has had a good team. I think 9.5 is just too many points. Minnesota wins this game, but 9.5 is way too much. Taking Charlotte here, and they're better than they were last year. So I'll take them in the spot. And then I'm on the Magic. I think it's too many points. I know you guys are all over the Thunder buddies. I don't love this game. And the next man in the NBA, it's a condensed 5-man lineup that they start.
Hell no.
Take away Paulo Blanchard, it doesn't matter.
Oh my God.
Hell
It doesn't
no.
matter.
You're not getting that out. Hell no. There ain't no next man up. Who's the next man up? Jalen Suggs?
They play in the NBA for a reason. 13 is a backdoor cover waiting to happen. We
No,
think
I'm not
go
I'm not negating that.
72 and
I was
10
going to
against
say
the spread.
the next man up theory.
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand.
Yeah.
You're just talking shit.
You're
Just
gonna
say your
have
pick,
a
man. It's like,
quality
I mean, just say
player.
something, man.
You're
but
gonna have a
I understand
quality
you gotta
player
say
step
something,
in.
but
It's
that-
a condensed lineup in the NBA. You see this happen all the time. Top stars don't play, and the team still do well without them. Just saying, overall. How many
Just
times?
do what
have you seen
Ruffalo
that happen?
does. Just do what Ruffalo does. Sure. Do I like having a Wagner? Yes. But I'd
I'm
rather have
committed.
two Wagners.
I'm committed.
Those Wagners. I'm going to go with Orlando too, but not for the reasons that Costi said. I just think it's.
It doesn't matter how we get there. We got there.
Yeah, but we don't want to listen to your bunk. I'd like to. I'm taking the Magic for this reason. Public sentiment is so against them now. Everyone turned their back when I was turning my back on the Magic, everyone was turning their back on me. But now that everyone's turning their back on the Magic, it's probably time to get back on the horse. I like to be where they're not, and they're not on the Magic right now. That's for sure. The Thunder, I probably going to be one of the most backed teams today. taking the Magic. I'm also taking the Hornets. Timberwolves are ass. I got 2 words to say about them. Julius Randle taking the Hornets. We got the Pelicans up against the Blazers, baby. The Scoot Show. We got the Mavericks against the Pacers. That line dropping a little bit. Dipping a little bit. Chris?
Yeah, give me the
You like Wagner? Yeah, sure. Do I like 2 Wagners better? Of course.
I'm just gonna stop saying things. Give me the Mavericks.
I like that bit. I'm sorry. It's my new,
Give me the
my new magic bit.
give me the Mavericks. Yeah, Indiana on a back-to-back, and this team still, or sorry, Dallas on a back-to-back, but Indiana still just doesn't want to play defense. Dallas blew out Orlando yesterday. They got to rest some of their starters, only held Luka to 31 minutes, gave everybody else a bit of an early night off. So I think Dallas at home takes care of business here.
I'd like to add the Magic to my premiums, man, but it's too late to put them in. But I would definitely put them in. I actually like them a lot more than I thought I did. Not because of Acostes. Because of these comments. There's tons of them like this.
Yeah, we'll see it. You'll see. Like, how do they?
This
do
is
it?
like
Nobody.
this one right here is the best one.
Like, it's like yesterday. I gave out the games, and a buddy of mine, when I was at Hard Rock, we did a parlay, and he goes, "Ew."
Is that a name
Jacksonville.
drop on Hard Rock? You're trying to like show off, like, well, you know, I was at the Hard Rock.
It was just the only casino there. It was the only place I could bet. I can't use any of my apps.
Well, I happened to be at the Hard Rock. It's like, you know, I was on my way to Louis Vuitton and I stopped at
There's
Hard
no
Rock.
Louis Vuitton. It's like Jacksonville, the Panthers, Titans. It's the same thing, man. 82 game season. Pelicans for me. As good as, you know, this covering Trailblazers team is, they just lost to them. This is the 3rd time they've already played them this year.
They just beat them.
I know. They won the first game. They lost the second game, the Pelicans.
Yep.
Now they're back. They lost them on the road. I think there's a revenge game element here. They own them overall, 8-2 in their last 10. And the number is right at 2 for a reason. So if it was 6 or 7, I wouldn't touch it. But 2, give me the Pelicans all day. Mavericks for me. I know it's a back end of a back-to-back. Indiana's on rest, but I just think this so far this season, I think Dallas has been underperforming. They're way better than the 4-2 record. And I just think they're going to embarrass Indiana here at home.
This is like my this is my name drop, my Costy's Hard Rock. It's like I was at this store in Vegas. I don't remember the name of it. I was with Jay, and it's kind of like, you know, so I was there, and then we were hanging out.
What do they have on special? Was there any sales?
I don't know, but I was there for a while.
I don't remember why I was there, but
Yeah, okay.
It's like every Uber driver in Vegas. You know, I could take a little stop by the. I like the Blazers. The Pelicans are just ass. I'm not even sure what they're doing over there in New Orleans right now. They just seem lost and disorganized. You know what it is? Too many guys that are healthy that are just not used to playing with each other, man, because they're never all healthy. So it's almost like putting together a whole new team all over again. I like Indiana with the points. I liked it better at 5.5. I don't like it as much at 4.5, but I still like it. I think Dallas probably wins. It's just these are two really similar teams, you know. That makes for a very, very tight game. Should be a good one.
Blazers money line for me. Pelicans are on the do not bet list. We tried to give them the opportunity yesterday at home against the Hawks, the number 1 team on the do not bet list, and they got beat up, taken behind the shed. This Pelicans team is not a hard team to figure out, man. When they're healthy, when everybody's playing, they're one of the best teams in the league. When one person is missing, they're the fucking Pelicans, and they never do shit. And that's who they are right now, currently, man. That's who they are. We already know the Blazers can compete. They compete. Blazers should be 2-0 against the Pelicans this season. I think they make it 2-1 tonight. I think they go down there and win this game outright. I highly doubt Zion plays tonight. He just randomly decided not to play yesterday. Trey Murphy, DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Herbert Jones, they're basically missing their entire starting 5. So, when I'm looking at this line in this game, what were the books supposed to do? Put the Blazers as a favorite on the road? They couldn't do that. But this line couldn't be more obvious on how this game is going to play out. The Blazers are only plus 110 on the road, one of the worst fucking rosters in the league. Don't overcomplicate it. Take the Blazers. And I'm on the Indiana Pacers plus the points in this one tonight. I'm fading my Dallas Mavericks. It's a terrible spot, terrible situation on the back end of a back-to-back. And also, the Pacers low-key just always play us tough, man. That just is what it is, man. The Pacers just play us tough. Last season, they won both meetings, 137-120 in Dallas. I was at that game. Offensively, I think people forget how good Indiana can be. And then the first game last season, Indiana won that one as well, 133-111. So they took us behind the shed in both games last season. They're a bad matchup for what my Mavs are trying to do. My Mavs are an offensive juggernaut, so usually my Mavs can outshoot just about anybody. But the type of offense the Pacers run, that's usually not the case, man. And you have to remember, the head coach for the Pacers, Rick Carlisle, that used to be the head coach of the Mavs, it's a lot of little things on why the Pacers have the number of my Mavs, and it's not a great situation for them. And we know the Mavs at home as favorites is not their spot. On the road is really their spot as favorites. So if I were to attack some plus money today, it would be on Indiana. But I think plus the points is really a good place to be with the Pacers fading my Dallas team tonight.
Chris?
I went first here.
Chris? Got the Chicken Nuggets against the Sonics. We got the Suns against the Sixers and the Clippers against the Wembies. Costi.
Toronto Raptors for me. 10 is too much here. Denver has not shown
10.5.
10.5. Denver just hasn't shown me all season that they could not only just win games outright that they should, but they also don't cover nearly as well as they did at home last year. And it's not one of those night games on Thursday night that we talk about in years past. Shit. They just took this game to overtime.
This is good. Monday night game? Shit, what you mean?
No. Shit. I don't count Monday and night game. That's not when the fans are out and about Monday night.
Shit. After how them Broncos.
Toronto's been a hot covering team. They keep
after how them Broncos looked last night. I mean, shit, they're gonna be.
They're jumping off the bandwagon.
They're gonna be in Ball Arena tonight. I'm familiar with Ball Arena.
Are they calling Bo Nix out of town yet? No.
Nah. Jump ball to Bo Nix. That's what I meant to bring that up earlier. Bo Nix might be the best receiver on the Broncos.
That's very true.
Yeah, Bo Nix or Jerry Jeudy.
Shit, he caught that ball, Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
I ain't seen Jerry Jeudy make that catch his entire career. Bo Nix
actually had some points. Jerry Jeudy actually did decent. It could be the Russell Wilson / Deshaun Watson problem for Jerry Jeudy. Because Jameis is getting him the ball. So, yeah, Raptors for me. And then I hate this game because I think it's too many points that you have to lay here with Phoenix. I just don't like it, but I'm going to pass that altogether. It's Phoenix or nothing for me, but I think 7's too much. It's a backdoor cover waiting to happen. And then in the last game, another tough one that I don't like. Give me the Clippers at home.
Jerry Jeudy busted up my parlay. I might have to leave, man. I got a meeting in 10 minutes. That's how long we've ran. This is a record show. We're 2 hours and 9 minutes. We haven't gotten to
Because
that.
that big ass college hoops card.
Well, get used to it, buddy. Got oh man. Hey, check it out, man. I got some hot chick who wants to meet me on Twitter. I think your smile is very warm. Can we get to know each other? I love you long time.
What is
Amelia
that?
Silas.
Oh, what bit is that? Tommy Henry.
What?
Long time.
Tommy Henry. He loved you long time.
I was trying to think of what bit that was.
It fits. It's appropriate for all bits.
Yes.
All right, I'm up. Lean to the Raptors against the Chicken Nuggets. I think if the Nuggets want to show us that they're going to right the ship, this is a chance. Like if they can come in and boat race them, that would really kind of that's what they kind of need. I like the Suns against the Sixers. I bet against the Suns the other night with the Blazers, and the Suns were up by like 20 for almost the whole game, and then they just hit a stretch where they just couldn't hit anything, which is weird since Chris Paul's not on the team anymore, right? So it's like I think I expect that with Paul, but I don't know. I like this. The Suns are loaded, man. They should really slaughter the Sixers in this game. And then I'll take the Wemby's again. No, I'll take the Clippers. I'll take the Clippers. I'm sick of Wemby.
I'm on the Nuggets. I'm laying the 10.5. The Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. I'm not selling my stock on the Nuggets at home at all because they lost to the second best team in the West in the Thunder, and because they struggled a bit in the other one. Who they lose to in that one? The Clippers. What I like though is they bounced back and did what they were supposed to do. They took the Jazz behind the shed, and I think they do the same thing to the Raptors tonight. So I'm not overcomplicating, believing in who teams are, believing in the spots and situations. Give me the Nuggets laying the points. I like the Clippers this morning when I was recording the jam session, but since then the news came out about Greg Popovich. He suffered a medical issue, and he will not be the head coach for the Spurs indefinitely. So, something to kind of watch out for there. I'm not betting this game. What I did say on the jam session, if the Clippers don't win this game, they're on the do not bet list, and there's no coming off for them.
You have a big do not bet list, man.
It's 4 teams right now. It's not that big. It's 4. And then
have like no one to bet.
It's 4 teams right now, and the Clippers will be the 5th.
Seems like there's a few more than 4 on there.
That's fine.
Atlanta Hawks,
Philadelphia Eagles,
Utah Jazz. Well, no, this is the NBA one. Atlanta Hawks, Utah Jazz, New Orleans Pelicans, and Milwaukee Bucks.
Philadelphia Eagles.
And so
playing the Cardinals.
The Clippers could find themselves on that list. This is a Clippers team that spent over $1 billion on a stadium, on a new arena. They spent over $1 billion fucking dollars and did all that yapping all off season about this fucking arena. And you guess what? Guess how many wins they have in this motherfucker this season? Guess how many?
I don't know, Jay. How many?
0. 0. So, bruh, I'm tired of them, bruh. They get put on the list because they be doing all that yapping, all that crying, all that talking, and then they'll never do shit.
You said you were back on the Clippers this year.
I did, and then they come out and they ain't done shit. And they ain't done nothing. Every time I try to look in their direction, they poop it. And that's why they got put on the list in the first place. So if the Clippers don't win tonight, I like the Clippers tonight. If the Clippers don't win tonight,
when the Clippers were the second choice to go to the NBA Finals out of the West last season at the All-Star break, that was when they hit my do not bet.
Yep.
Things are a little cray-cray.
Parlay time.
No, we didn't do hockey. Let's skate on over to the NHL.
Games.
Sure. Chris, what do we got?
Got the worst name in sports and the Los Angeles Kings and the Oilers and the Devils.
See, they actually got it right today, hockey. They said NBA going full 15 games. We're just going to do 2. And the NBA, y'all going to take election day off? All right, watch this. Shout out to hockey, man. They actually got it
I'm not
right.
really sure about like not having games on election day when the polls close in most states at 5 or 6 o'clock.
No, I'm not saying the NBA got it right. I didn't say that. I'm saying, but hockey
Like-
got it right by having a full card when the NBA doesn't.
I think that
They never do.
I like the whole voting idea, but why not give people a discount on their ticket if they prove that they voted, or something instead? It's like if you really cared. It's like I don't get it.
So shout out to hockey, man. What you were saying? Hold on. Wait.
Cashville and the Kings and Predators and Edmonton, Jersey.
Hold on.
Jersey for me.
Wait.
Jersey for me.
Get me in that mode every time. Let's do it.
Jersey.
I'm going both home teams. Predators.
Edmonton?
Predators and Edmonton.
You're
Yeah.
ass, dude.
They're playing well without McDavid.
You're
And
ass.
and the Devils goaltending sucks.
Devils are like 35-0 following a shootout, or the Edmonton's like 0-35 following a shootout. It's one of the other. It's like, let's just say it's not good. Tune into the Below Deck Sailing Yacht.
You know what is good?
All right, I gotta go. I'll do my parlay.
Let's do it. I don't got no hockey anyway, so I'm rude to parlay. So
I'm gonna take Arizona. Arizona. I'll take Arizona. Give me Dayton and Miami.
for my parlay, I'm gonna go Celtics, Bulls, Cavs. Just fading the teams on the do not bet list. Short, sweet, simple. Check out I'm doing a live show later on today, 3 to 4. We're gonna go over player props. I wasn't able to get to the player props on the jam session today with all 15 games, but I'll be live later on today. First, afternoon live jam session in a while. So tune in. We'll talk a couple props for a little bit and I get on up out of there.
Give me, for my parlay, give me SMU, give me Kansas, and give me the over in the Celtics Hawks.
Duke, Kansas, Kansas City Chiefs.
Loser.
You like Kansas.
And Kansas City.
I don't like Kansas City. I took the Bucks.
It's the Kansas.
I took Baker, the Baker show.
Cleveland and Cincinnati. Cleveland, Cavs, and also the Kansas City Chiefs are just fading teams named Bucks tonight.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. It was a quick show, but we enjoyed it. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll be better tomorrow with our college basketball nicknames. A little smaller card. Where's the jam session? There's no games. Where's the jam session?